Some of you dedicated shooters might recognize this backdrop. My name is Dakota Porter. I'm Philip Leo's cameraman behind the scenes. And this year, we're doing the Pro-Am gap grind. Right? That's what it's called.
What's up, guys? Yeah, so as Dakota stated, he has been my cameraman, kind of intern over the last, year and a half now?
Yeah, about that.
Just doing some of the stuff that you've seen on my YouTube channel and my Instagram. And Dakota said he wanted to get serious about precision rifle training. So we figured that we do the gap grind together and document it.
Yeah.
Because that's, I mean, you're a videographer first, I would say. So
yeah. So this series is going to be showing how I see all this, my vision, the behind the scenes of everything, taking you through every step of the way, cleaning, reloading, down to shooting the matches, and yeah, showing the community what it takes.
Looking forward to it. Let us know what you guys want to see, but essentially on Dakota's channel, like this video right here, I think you're going to just be documenting your journey. Probably more extensive. We haven't seen this in the community so far. And then on my channel, or my perspective, I think I'm going to do it from obviously the pro side of like, if this is something that you're doing, what you would, or how you would train your amateur in kind of the building block approach to, getting that shooter ready for, their first 2-day national level match or that specific event. So.
Yeah, excited.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Should be a good time.
This is episode 1.
Okay, round 2. We had some technical difficulties on the first one. We were able to still get some training in.
Yeah.
You shot a really good first row and second row, the 21 dot drill right here. Clean there with a mag change, right? And then support side, you got 4 out of 5. That's always tough.
Yeah, which I was really surprised by. Last time I was on support side, I couldn't even get picture.
Yeah.
So to be able to hit 4 black dots, I'll take it.
Progress.
Yeah.
And then like I said, we didn't able to run this just because we figured out my brass issue. Long story short, I just had a burr inside that was just causing the rounds to not feed properly. So thankfully, I was able to just get all of that run of brass shot through. And hopefully on this new stuff, we don't have any issues because I changed my tumbling process. So now we're at the range. Obviously, we're gonna do some practice. Every Wednesday night here, there's a local practice for all the precision rifle guys, and it's actually, there's quite a few shooters here. But we're just gonna shoot, we're gonna start you off on a shoot line, kind of like how we ended up last time.
Yep.
And then we'll do some positional work. And then kind of round out the day. And that should just be kind of the end off to the first kind of episode that we've got going on.
Yeah. Stoked, get back to training again today. First day went really good. Starting off felt super rusty, but I mean, getting back into it started to feel a lot more comfortable with the rifle. And then hopefully today I'll be able to, actually run the bolt and get some good training.
Cool. All right, so let's set up. I'll get you 5 targets set up, and then we will do dry fire and then run through this.
Okay.
Cool. These are on.
Okay.
Do you know? Okay, so the big thing here, right, where you make up your time is knowing exactly where the targets are at.
Yeah.
The second that you don't know where the target's at,
And you're searching, it's
you start to lose confidence, you start to lose time. So it's important that you get your target reference points, right? And typically, obviously, you're gonna have plenty of time before the stage to get them, but you rehearse it in your head. Okay, target 1, target 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna do 2 minutes.
Okay.
we'll have you just start in the prone. So get your bipod set up the way you need to. We'll start there. And so, guys, this is another thing too, right? Like, you know, work from obviously, you know, progressively. Don't have them immediately probably start, you know, building their whole position, even though I think they should, but you know, at a very basic level, have them start in the prone, because probably this is what's going to happen at Can-Am anyways, knowing, you know, been there a few times. So go ahead, get your first dope dialed, get your bipod set up for that first target, and that's the biggest thing that I've found with them is to keep everything flowing efficiently. The shooters for these prone stages are probably going to be on the rifle, so that's how I'm going to essentially get Dakota set up. Okay, you ready?
How are you guys doing?
We just about to start shooting.
No fucking way.
Yeah. Just call me when you get to the bottom. Okay. All right. Shooting a set of course fire.
Yes.
All right. Oh no, the trigger came on. There it is. Impact. Follow up. Impact. Next target. Nice correction. Next target, target 3. What are you gonna use for wind?
I don't know yet.
I'd probably start with 5/10. Too much. Good correction. You're still trending high. Come 3/10 down from whatever your data says.
Okay.
Next target.
They're shooting at it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's us. Sorry. All right, next target, last target. Green sheep.
Yep, I'm on it.
Impact. Impact, right on his ass. Okay, good news is you didn't have any malfunctions.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means that the brass is not destroyed. Because I was worried about that. I was worried that it was going to continue to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, great. I was paying attention to the target, not you. So I'm curious to see what it looks like in videos in terms of your mechanics.
Yeah, first 3 I felt good. Once I skewed off to the left, I felt that my hips weren't like lining up with everything else. Like I was like off, but
Yeah.
I just sent it because I was scared at the time.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
Your last shot was 1:18.89.
so cutting it close.
Yeah, but you're still like we talked about.
Okay, yeah, I guess 118 isn't that
Yeah,
bad.
you still seemed like rushed, right? Like you're
Yeah,
moving faster than your capabilities are, and that probably is a result of watching me too much. So let's
Watching you exclusively.
Let's slow down.
Okay.
I'd like to do that one more time, but this time I want you to intentionally time out.
Okay. So
Right.
just try to go slower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So forget about the time. Just
That's right.
Just shoot.
That's right. So go ahead, reload up, and then get your data set up. And then this time I'm gonna pay attention to you, and not the target.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
So this time we're gonna slow down. We're going to focus on good mechanics, right? I want you to really follow through and try to see try to see where all your bullets are going,
Okay.
right? So don't run the bullet until you're able to see exactly where that bullet goes.
Okay.
We're gonna follow through. Okay. So on the beat. Trigger came on. Yeah, there you go. And I'm just gonna be listening for splash or impacts.
Okay.
Check your dope.
Okay, that was like both super low.
Yeah, because you got the wrong dope on.
That is the right.
That's not.
That is
dope.
not the right dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, reset.
Trash.
Okay, that's a great learning point, right? So when we get to K&M, right, or when we get there, right, by that point, all of our data should be like spot on, right?
Yeah.
So if you see something weird, that's when I would just like stop and be like, what the heck just happened?
Okay.
Right? And that is why it's important, like when we write our dope card, like I'll always write the distances of the target so I know, okay, hey, that target's at 400. Well, my dope should be like 1.5 or 1.6.
Yeah.
And if it says, if I dialed the wrong dope on incorrectly,
Yeah.
that's the very first thing that I look up for.
Yeah,
Does
and
that make
like
sense?
where I was at thinking with this is like I was focused on making sure that it was 3 ticks below what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so it was supposed to be 2, 3 clicks back.
It's 1.7.
Yeah,
Okay.
1.7, not 0.7.
Okay, let's try this again. On the beat. Check your cant. Good correction. Okay. Movements. See it?
Yep.
Okay. You need to get in the habit of checking your cant.
Okay.
Cant off. We'll go through.
Trash.
Cant. Ready to go.
Over.
And last shot. Last target. Look at your cant.
My can't.
Yeah.
Off.
Yeah. Okay, so where a lot of this is coming from is the fact that you're running the bolt so hard that on the downstroke, because the rifle's canted to the right. You see that? Versus to the left. So it's important that, I mean, the bolt is super smooth already.
Yeah.
If you're running the bolt and it's causing you to cant the rifle, A, you're running the bolt too hard, or B, your bipod tension is not tight enough.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so you can.
And I feel like the bipod tension is good. I'm definitely just
right? So if you, here, I'm gonna run through just, what's your dope for 540?
40 is going to be 3.18, so 2.9.
So pay attention to and depending on who you talk to, like some of the best shooters in the world don't even run the bolt aggressively like I do, right?
Yeah.
They're super calm and collective, but all right. I'm assuming there's a right to left out there now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna dial it out, and then what I do. So right here, once my bolt is closed, I'm on target. I go through a firing sequence, and that is can't, breathe, reticle, squeeze, and no idea where that went. But notice how the my bubble is not going. Oh man, what was the dope?
3.18. That's the original dope, so come down 0.3 from there.
Don't worry about, pay attention to the mechanics.
Okay.
Don't worry about scope. I'm all over here demonstrating bad dope. Okay, so level, rifle's level. I'm on target. I check my cant. So this is once the bolt is closed, I'm on target. I've established my aiming process, right? Now I go through a firing sequence, which is can't, breathe, reticle, squeeze, 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 until it goes off, right? Follow through, run the bolt, right? What happens to my can't?
Stays.
It stays the same. Thing. But I always check it no matter what, because as soon as I run the bolt and come back into my firing sequence, it's like a repeating loop. Can't,
Yeah, so
breathe, reticle, squeeze.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want you to do real quick is let's let this barrel cool.
Okay.
And I want you to just practice that.
Just the going through the motion?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna walk you through kind of like a cadence.
Okay.
So go get on the gun. Okay, so right now you're settling your body position, right?
Yeah.
Once your body position is settled in, right? Meaning that you're done moving, you're in your workflow, you should transition from body position to aiming process, meaning that, okay, hey, is my reticle on target and do I have a good clear sight picture? There is no shadows, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have any shadows, okay? Now, when you tell your brain that you're ready to pull the trigger, right? Because that's what happens in your head, right? As you're on target, you're like, okay, I'm ready to shoot. That's when what I call the trigger, the firing sequence, right?
Okay.
So essentially, it's a lead up until you actually are pressing the shot. So what needs to happen is you need to make sure your cant's good. So check your cant, open up your left eye. You should see that level,
Okay.
right? Cant, breathe, reticle, squeeze. Watch your thumb. Close your bolt.
I didn't know if there was ammo in it.
Follow through, run the bolt. Good, same thing.
Can't.
Breathe, reticle, squeeze. And I want you to follow through for a half a second longer, meaning that I don't want you to run the bolt until give yourself at least 2 seconds to account for the time of flight and your ability to react to it.
Okay.
Good.
So when you're adjusting your cant, are you pushing from
No.
the
When I'm
butt stock,
adjusting,
or are you just rolling your wrist?
Yeah. So the firing hand, right,
Yep.
is responsible for four things.
Okay.
Number 1 is control of the gun, right, which you have.
Yep.
Okay. 2 is it sets up your finger, right, for your trigger press.
Yep.
Okay. Number 3 is rearward pressure. So are you applying any rearward pressure at all into the rifle? Into your...
Yeah, I pull back into myself.
Okay. So that's 3. And then the 4th one is the ability to adjust cant, right? So you should be able to move the rifle with your wrists. If you can't, then bipod tension is too tight.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we should loosen it a bit. I mean, I can, but I have to like strain for it, you know?
Okay. So this, in that case, you really need to make sure that your bolt manipulation slows down. How about that?
That feels better.
Okay. Good. Again?
Can't.
I want you to start from the top.
Okay.
No, like build your position again.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so rifle's grounded. Build your body position. All right, so Dakota's building his body position right now. And so in the cycle of operations, the body position and the aiming process are kind of talking to each other, right? Based off of what his reticle is doing, based off his wobble zone, and his body is going to move back and forth or make small adjustments until you get your reticle where?
On target.
On target, and that thing is not moving if you can control it, right?
Yep.
Based off, obviously we're in the prone, so you should be able to get to a spot. And now you make the conscious decision like, okay, hey, I'm ready to pull the trigger or shoot this target. And typically for competition, that's when you close your bolt,
Yep.
right? So you close your bolt, okay, I'm on target. Now you go through your firing sequence. Can't, breathe, reticle, squeeze. Good. Follow through, recover, observe your feedback, then same thing. Breathe, reticle, squeeze. Okay, I'm gonna load you up 3 rounds.
Okay.
We're gonna shoot that same target. Is there still a right to left mirage out there?
Yes.
Okay. So you have 2 tenths dialed in the gun right now.
Okay. Let's run over that. Good to go?
Yep. Good. Did you see where that shot went?
Yep.
Okay. Same thing. Awesome, one more time. Awesome, okay. Talk to me about what that felt like, what you changed, what you like about it, didn't like about it.
A lot more conscious on bolt manipulation.
Okay.
Before I was just like, it was like muscle memory, just slamming it.
Yeah.
And then really, like, the breathing is like, I always do that, but the squeeze thinking that made the trigger press feel different. Not in a bad way though.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was probably the biggest difference I noticed was the bolt manipulation and the trigger press.
Okay.
Felt different.
So, depending on who you talk to, you know, and the reason I'm saying this is because people that are watching this are probably gonna be like, if this part even makes it into the footage.
Yeah.
Is like, okay, with a new shooter or just any shooter with regard to the trigger press, like, should they know when it goes off, right? Or should it surprise them, right? And the thing is people will say like, if it surprises them, then it's technically an ND, which is what we say, negligent discharge, right?
But you have control over the rifle.
What's that?
But you have control over
Yeah,
the rifle.
exactly. The second part to that is so like for me as like someone that has been doing this forever now, I know that if I want to be as precise as possible, I'm going to let that shot surprise me, right? Because any kind of indication that I'm going to anticipate the shot or flinch is going to move the rifle in some way, shape, or form, that split second, right? So that's why I coach new shooters to let that shot take them by surprise. So when they isolate their trigger finger and say press, 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 they're really now just making sure that that press is consistent, right? But again, takes them by surprise so that now they're not panicking when their reticle Because what happens, especially when you get in positionally, when that reticle starts to dance all over the place, you're gonna want to time it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, slap the trigger.
Exactly.
And try to get it
Right.
to hit. Yeah.
So when we transition into positional shooting, you're gonna hear me say, okay, hey, get to an acceptable wobble zone or reticle movement of your reticle, and just let the trigger press happen.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And don't force it, because if you force it, if you try to time it, then that's when you're gonna really throw the rifle off its course.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's
Do you want to move to position?
yeah, let's move over there. Okay. So we're gonna start positional, right? And so for position, kind of like dry fire, there's a slow fire and the billet break, right? Slow fire, the purpose of that is to focus specifically on your mechanics, right, of your body position, and translating, okay, what my body position does that affects my stability or my wobble zone. And then your build and breaks are your mechanics of flowing in and out of position, right? But you don't want to put the cart before the horse in terms of like going straight into build and breaks, because like if you don't know how to tame your wobble zone, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Right. So we'll start with slow fire first. I want you to just take 5 shots, but be very, very mindful of like what your body is doing and like your inputs that you're putting into maybe your lower body position or whatever the case might be, and how it translates to a wobble zone.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And then just focus on one thing at a time. So when you close your bolt, every time you close your bolt, I want you to think of maybe your trigger press, or maybe what your lower body position is doing, or maybe your breathing, right? But
Yeah.
you know, you're trying to see, okay, hey, how do I solidify, or how do I just get a lot of this stuff, if I like it, into our subconscious?
Okay.
Cool. So I'll just take about 5 to 7 dry fire shots, and then we'll do like 3 to 5 rounds slow fire.
Okay.
Hey, are you down the hill?
Like walking up to the parking lot.
Okay. Can you walk toward the range? We're almost done. Okay. Okay. All right, Dakota's got a nice white base. I'm gonna take a video of him here. Okay. All right, so realistically, we'll start on paper, but just for the sake of speeding things up, we'll go straight to distance.
Okay.
Go ahead, load up.
Yep.
And I want you to shoot at the 400-yard target, the target number 1 that we shot at.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously I care about you hitting the target, but what I'm most concerned about initially is your ability to manage recoil.
Okay.
Okay, because that is truly half the battle when it comes to being able to be confident as a rifleman, knowing exactly where your shots are going.
Okay. Just shoot whenever?
I
guess I can reset.
Yeah, reset that. Okay. Yeah, whenever you're ready. But same concept, focus on one thing at a time, right? And then I want you to explain to me before you drive the rifle back to target, I want you to tell me how much reticle jump you have,
okay,
or where your reticle lands.
Okay. It's a mill to the right.
Just a mill right.
Yeah.
Is it high at all?
That was about the same.
Elevation. You just drove to the right.
Yeah. Reticle is to the right of the, to the left of the target. Sorry.
Reticle's to the left of the target.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's to the left, right, what's happening is you're putting too much downward pressure with your face.
Okay.
Right. And so what I need you to do is I need you to ease up on that pressure. And
Okay.
I need you to apply more rearward pressure with your firing hand,
Okay.
right? Okay. Try again.
So now it's 2 mils.
It's even further left.
Yes, but elevation's good.
Okay. So still too much downward pressure, and then with
Go even lighter?
with this support hand. Are you driving your face down on the cheek piece?
That last shot, I was not. Like, it was just like resting there.
Okay. Do you feel like you're reaching at all with your eye relief?
Yeah, cheek piece doesn't feel.
Or meaning your eye relief? Do you feel like you're reaching forward?
Maybe a little, but I felt really comfortable in the prone.
Okay. So now with your support hand here, what I want you to do, I want you to grip the bag first. No, grip the bag first.
Okay.
Sorry, here.
Yeah, here you show. Yeah.
So 3 fingers down here.
Yeah, same
or
concept
4,
as
and then thumb, and then try to bring the bag closer to, so that you're not having to reach so far over. Because if it's way out here, right now you're having to reach with your hand to try to get over.
Okay.
Versus if you come over here, you can now squeeze the bag more intentional with the rifle.
Okay.
There you go. Bring your hand up higher. Good. And then thumb down. Good.
Okay, yeah, that feels way more comfortable.
Okay. All right. So now what I want you to do is I want you to really apply downward pressure with that thumb,
Okay.
right? Be mindful of how much pressure you're putting with your face, right? And then take the slack out with that support hand, right?
Okay.
So it's it's like 3 points of pressures that you're putting on that rifle.
Okay. I'm like 4/10 off target, or 4 mils off target now.
4 mils?
Yeah, I'm jumping farther to the left.
Okay, let me see. I wanna see how, what? Okay. Okay, so that one I jumped 2 mils, 2.5 mils up, but only like a mil left. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna see how this rifle tracks.
Okay.
Okay, that's like very light pressure with anything, just really establishing my rifle to shoulder connection. Okay. So what I need you to do is I need you to be intentional about, and I know you are intentional, but
Okay.
really when you come into the rifle, really build that bridge, exaggerate it, like we do in the prone, right? That's really gonna settle in, and then just make sure that really your hips are on the target,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, one thing I will say on those last shots, it didn't feel like my breath wasn't affecting the rifle like pretty much whatsoever.
Oh yeah, you need to be able to see the rise and fall of the reticle.
Okay, and I thought that was part of it being like a sandbag. Is like why I was losing a lot
you're
of that.
relying too much on the sandbag. You need to
So pull more into myself?
drive the rifle.
Okay.
Yeah. So still push it into the balance point, like
Yeah.
run into the barricade stop into the bag.
Yeah.
There you go. But still
pull it into myself once
yeah,
I build my
so
position.
watch. There you go. Yeah, build the bridge. Now take a deep breath in. There you go.
Okay.
All right, let's try it.
Right back on target.
Okay. All right, so that was so what was happening is
I had no rifle to shoulder connection.
Exactly, right? And that's very common. You see a lot of shooters do that. It's very tempting because you know, when you get that rifle on the bag, especially with the bag being heavy, I mean,
there's no wobble.
movement,
Yeah.
right?
And so
The problem is because we're shooting a 6.5, we want to see exactly where those bullets are going. We need to be able to manage recoil, right?
Yeah.
And so guys that are shooting like light, like 6s and stuff like that, or you know, different cartridges that are more forgiving with regard to recoil, they're going to be able to see a lot more than we do.
Yeah.
Because we have a bigger bullet that we're shooting.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it requires us to really make sure that we have the same exact connection point with the rifle that like we are on the Prone.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that 2 more times.
Okay. Just 2 shots?
Yeah, 2 shots.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna have you do a build and break.
Okay.
So 3 positions, top of the tire, down to the saddle, top of the right tire. You're gonna need from your hardball positions. And then your last shot off the top of the tire.
Nice. One more time.
I was about 2 mils high when I landed back, but left and right was good.
Okay.
Okay.
How was that?
That felt better. Or not, yeah, no, it felt good. Not better than the last ones. That last shot, it was a heavy bolt lift.
Okay. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some build and breaks.
Okay.
Right? So with the build and breaks,
So bag in hand.
bag in hand. All right, so let's be intent. Let's go back to that our cycle of operations. Right? We've got ground the rifle. We've got ground the rifle.
Yep.
Right. So bag, rifle's grounded. I let go. Obviously, you're not gonna really let go in competition,
Yeah.
but like when we're practicing, I let go so that I know the rifle is on the bag and on the bounce point, right?
Okay.
Build my body position, build your bridge, connect to the rifle, go to my aiming process, close your bolt, just like in the Prone, and then now we start our firing sequence.
Yep.
Right, so just be intentional about every movement, and don't let the time get to you, right?
Yeah.
Speed will come.
Okay.
Cool? All right.
Yeah.
With bag, this is huge. Always cut the bag in half.
Okay.
Don't grab it down low, because if you grab it down low and you try to bring it up,
It's all
yeah. So always have the bag. There you go. Cool.
Okay.
All right. On the beep,
Okay. Same target.
same target.
Okay.
Twenty-two, 14. Try it. Reset. All right, on the beep.
I feel like that shirt would be even better if the plane was actually a train.
Relax, breathe. Radical squeeze. Good follow through. Love it. All right. 17:22. I like it. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
That felt better.
Cool. One more time. $13.39.
And that didn't feel like I was trying to go fast.
All right, you're gonna shoot. You're gonna hit it. You're gonna hit it twice.
Okay.
All right. Your can't good. Nice, dude. 17-27. Your first shot was 12-24. The bag placement still needs a little work. You're kind of you're getting it there, but it's at 90%. So bag, right? And then when I want you to really settle it, and then when you bring the rifle down, really, because what's going to happen, you'll probably notice the difference between the recoil management of your first shot versus your second shot. Because what happens is if you don't settle the rifle in the bag the first time, after the first shot, it happens. That's why the second shot feels like there's less recoil than the first one.
Because it's settled in.
Exactly,
Okay.
right? Because the first shot allows it to settle in. So if you can pre-settle it, see how now the bag is trapping
the rifle.
the wrapping. Yeah, so that's what we want to try to establish, right?
Okay.
So that both shots are as consistent as possible.
Okay.
Cool. And
If I ever make it to A class, that's gonna be me. I should be able to shoot this.
Two on that one?
2 on it. Next target. Cool. You got one more shot. Just go ahead and send it. Your
Oh.
3702 is your last
Okay.
shot.
Oh, was I supposed to do three on that one?
No.
Oh, okay.
We just have one more shot left. So. Okay, cool. So the only thing we'll watch this. I'll have you rewatch this tonight.
When I switched to the 540, that first shot, like it felt like I didn't have as good of a body position.
Yeah.
And when I shot, the gun canted a crap ton.
Okay. So you see your bag how it's wonky.
Yeah.
That attributes to it.
Okay.
Another thing that I think we can clean up too is your transition, right? In terms of when you're on this target, boom, boom, transition. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep my face on the gun instead of popping my head up, right?
Okay.
So can you see the turret with your left eye when you open it?
I think so. Maybe.
Good.
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to keep your face on target, right? Because you're gonna be keeping your shooting eye through the reticle, right? On
Yep.
target. Now there you go, just like that. So when you have 5 targets of doing that, the 2 seconds that you're spending
Pulling
picking
your
your head
face
up
off
to
and then
look,
rebuilding position.
do that
and then,
5 times. That's 10 seconds you're wasting by picking your head up.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So when it's part of my can't switch targets, can't open my eye, just dial,
Boom.
and then
That's it. Love it. Cool,
Sweet.
dude. Solid training.
Yeah, it's all good. Can you be part of this, Cloud? Cloud, stay. No, come over here.
Cloud,
Sit.
sit, stay. No.
Cloud, come here.
Babe, can you call Cloud?
Sit.
I have such a short torso.
I have like a really long torso. I have short legs. That's staying in for sure.
For sure.
All right, so that is a wrap for episode 1. Went super good, shot a bunch of rounds, had a couple of problems with day 1 of training, and decided to not use that footage, but day 2 went super good. I felt like I learned a lot from it. I've learned a lot just from when I started getting back into this. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited with the creative process. I'm excited with getting into shooting, getting back into competition, and yeah, I'm stoked for it.
My question for you, now that you were editing this footage and kind of seeing your trigger cam views based off of your shooting, like, I guess, were there some training takeaways? with
yeah.
regard to
Oh
like,
yeah. Watching back your footage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody who has access to a trigger cam, record yourself and watch it because it will make you realize how bad you are at shooting. But yeah, no, learned a lot. Just like stuff that you don't notice in the moment, like seeing where things impact and like hearing the audio of it all and like seeing where you called it versus where it actually was hitting. Learning from that, seeing like just pretty much how bad my recoil was on the standing positions. But yeah, no, it's a great learning tool for sure.
Yeah, hopefully it gets better. Obviously, using the trigger cam and then obviously us recording the videos, we can just, take the time to figure out, okay, for the next training session, this is what we can work on. Because obviously, as you know, recoil management is super important when you're shooting by yourself. But yeah, you're a super fast learner. I'm excited to see where this series goes, especially something like this hasn't been done in our industry or community. And hopefully you guys enjoy the way that Dakota has put this together. Again, something that's different. But real quick, before I forget, I want to do a real quick shout out to the sponsors so far, my sponsors that have came on board for this project. Number one, Short Action Customs. They're going to help out with some of our chamber jobs, as well as some of the fees, getting down to the gap grind. And Hornady, I've been using their projectiles for several years now, and I've just had a pleasure working with those guys over there. And they're going to be setting up some projectiles to practice with, as well as shoot the event with. And last but not least, Hodgdon. Hodgdon powders. Been using Hodgdon since I've gotten into competitive shooting. Big fan of their powders. Anywhere from H4350 all the way to H1000. Have really good luck. So shout out to those guys. Big thanks for supporting this project. And hopefully, you guys that are listening can, if you see Hodgdon on the shelf, grab it because it's awesome powder. So.
Yeah, I'm stoked to get into episode 2. We got competition coming up in about 2-ish weeks by the time this video launches. Some exciting stuff coming from that. Definitely a little nervous, but
yeah, I think for the next training practice, what we'll do is again, just recover the baseline basics, but really start rolling into more competitive styles so that you can get a little bit of stress and understand the time management aspect, but really just start understanding your time management piece and for however long the stages are for the local match. So.
Yeah, and I think we learned a lot from the last training session, just like small things like not taking my face up to adjust elevation and stuff like that. So I think obviously the more we practice, the better it's going to get, and yeah, I'm excited for all of it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So till episode 2. Peace.